The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
On this very special shooting gallery, we witness firsthand what a police officer faces on a nightly basis in a tough American city. And Meshach Taylor shoots our celebrity challenge. Let's ride along with Shooting Gallery. I'm Michael Bain, and welcome to Shooting Gallery Lucky Season 13. You know, last season on Shooting Gallery, you met Sara Ahrens as one of our regular trainers. You've probably seen Sara on some of those Brand X shooting shows. You've seen her training here on Shooting Gallery, but the more time we spent with her at the range, the more we heard about her night job. Sara is a longtime cop in a Midwestern city that happens to be the 9th most violent city in the United States. And her job as the night supervisor, the night sergeant, is to respond to virtually every violent call that she gets. And she said, you know what would be fun, guys? We've been out on the range shooting, we've done a lot of stuff together. Why don't you come up, ride around for a couple of nights with me? And let me show you what it's like on the mean streets. So we thought, hey, it's a perfect time for a trip to Illinois. You know, usually when you see law enforcement officers on Shooting Gallery, they're on the range. The uniforms are clean and pressed. Maybe they're running some simulations. Everything looks so organized. But this is the nuts and bolts of police work. This is a dangerous city at night where everything can go to hell amazingly quickly. One of the things that we want to show you in this piece is what some of the experts you see on Shooting Gallery do day in, day out, day in, day out. And it is a long, hard night.
I've been on the Rockford Police Department for 16 years, and I started out in patrol. I'm also a translator for the department. ¿Cómo se llama? I was a range master while I ran training. I've probably had more jobs than most people that work at the department. Every night that I come out, I don't know what I'm going to experience. I don't know if it's going to be overwhelming. I don't know if it's going to be boring. I like the adrenaline dump of being able to know that I'm going to something that's very high risk. I'm going to give it 15 minutes and then we're going to move them out. I like to be able to read people when I go out on the street and watch their body language and see what I can figure out. Where are they at? There's 300 people. It's putting everything together. It's like working a puzzle. It's like playing a game almost. Go ahead for Sam 1. It's dangerous, and you learn to be more tactical on how to approach a call. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And I think I read people pretty well. I am entering the equipment that is signed out to the officer, so if any damage occurs, then we know we can track it back to who had it last, or if we find any contraband in the vehicles.
Day shift didn't have much today, and afternoon shift doesn't have too much going on, but they have a crash up on Richmond, which looks like it's going to be like an overdose type thing where the guy may be dead.
I wouldn't leave a gun laying in a basket.
Take a look at both.
A lot of police work involves just driving around. You're looking for what's going on in a section of town. The better you know that section of town, the better you know where to look for any kind of trouble that might be boiling up from under the surface.
What's the name of the subject that we have there?
Hey, come here, girlie.
Camera.
Because I want to find out who you are. So, he's not airing you on the news.
Okay, what the is he doing standing there with a camera?
It's sort of like cruising, but with a really specific purpose.
1234. It's broken up from how we're in the street. It's Brian, you guys are right separated. 4 Sam 1's on the way, and the units are there.
Sam 1, can you switch to 1 for traffic?
10-4. Go ahead for Sam 1.
Sam 1, they got a big disorderly in here going to club. They want to shut it down. Could you head over that way?
10-4. Area 5 is the east side car, so I'm not sure why they're at the Arizona Club.
5 for 10.
So I don't know what they're talking about, the 20, 25 people leaving at a time. I don't know what kind of timeline we're talking about. I'm going to give it 15 minutes and then we're going to move them out.
Take these shoes off, they hurt.
Those are pretty...
They might say that.
Yeah, they are. I've never seen anything like that. They hard to walk in? Is they hard to walk in? No?
I think they arched them so they just kind of...
Your foot feels natural?
Where did I walk at? You walking this way like I'm...
She was chatting with me. What time is it? Anyone know? It's 11. We went there tonight because they had way too many people for the size of the establishment they had, and some fights were starting to break out. And when you shove too many people in too small of an area and they're drunk and disorderly, you know, people start getting their feelings hurt and they start throwing punches, and it escalates very quickly. And so we had to send the amount of people we sent down there to ensure that the officers didn't get shot, but also that maybe a shooting didn't break out. Sometimes it stops it, sometimes they shoot while we're there, so.
Shooting Gallery continues with our night on the streets with Sara Ahrens. And we're on the southeast side of Rockford. You might call it just a little bit seedy. What we're doing is we're checking out some spots where trouble has happened in the past, trouble is likely to happen in the future. In some ways, police work is a show of force. There are officers in the neighborhood, so maybe before trouble boils up, it gets headed off at the pass.
Take it up perspective, Jamie, that's all.
Anyway, I'm at home. You come back out here, you come back out here. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm saying, I'm gonna do myself. But I'm doing my thing, and I'm trying to keep it low right.
Well, we're not gonna have to come back, right?
If they get a little loud.
Hey, Jamie, we're not gonna have to come back here, right?
Well, I'm saying, so you mean every time them motherfuckers say that a motherfucker real loud is what I'm saying. You hear me talk?
Yeah, why you gotta be like that?
Because I pay my rent.
Okay.
Y'all going over.
Guess we'll be back. Was it quiet when you got here?
Oh no, he was inside the house yelling like this. Yeah.
Somebody's being disorderly, they're being loud, disturbing the neighbors. I don't even know what time of night it is, but this will probably be going on all night. Really, the only thing that we can do is try to ask them to be quiet. If they're not, then we write them a ticket. But again, whether or not they show up, you know, and it sounds like he has a history of ripping up the tickets anyway, so I'm pretty sure we'll be back out here. So until his alcohol has worked its way out of his system, I'm sure we'll be dealing with this all night. We get called to a lot of stuff that can't be solved. We'll take care of what we can on the scene, but a lot of these things that continue on and on and on, I hate to say it, but sometimes it boils down to, you know, he's hoarding, you know what I mean? He's living in a condition where pretty sure if the building department went through, it could be condemned. Yeah. Try nice the first time, and you know, if that doesn't work, we have to move on to other options and get more creative and use the resources that we have available to us. So this is the seedy area of town. Prostitution right down the street. Hasn't been fun for you? You guys had fun?
497.
Hey, did you guys hear somebody shooting?
No, ain't nobody shooting.
That's what they're saying. There's certain areas of town where people don't even, you know, you go to a valid shooting, there's like 30 rounds and nobody called it in, or one person called it in.
CJ5 callers providing this information. You did not see the subject heard 2 shots fired. No further.
And I think their security is gone for the night, so.
6-5, 1060.
There is a substantial amount of gang activity in Rockford, and that drives the drug problems that we have. And we have times where you're like, oh, I don't want to get out with this crew. You know how many of those people are packing. You know, it's just a constant. It's just a constant scanning. trying to see if anything profiles out of anybody's shirt or if they're favoring one side, you know, and it's hard to see because it's dark. And he's doing the stretch. We call that the felony stretch. So he's either signaling somebody or he's nervous and he's letting out some nervous energy. So I'm gonna get out and talk to him. And same one's gonna be out at Birch and 15th with a J3.
Same one at Birch and 15th with a J3.
Hi.
Hello.
You got an ID on you? Okay, so what I'm trying to get to is why are you right here outside of the housing development? You're banded, okay? So there we go. So that's why you purposely should not be here, correct? You have no business to be here if you're banned. And all I gotta do is review a video and find out whether or not you're on there or not. And actually, this is probably considered part of housing projects, correct?
They told us the Metro, they told us while we standing right here.
Okay.
The city property.
Why would you be outside of an establishment for which you've been told you cannot be? Okay, don't hang here is my point. You know what I'm saying? You're just asking for trouble. 5C1 2729. You got anything on you shouldn't have?
Someone, go ahead.
Mind if he checks you? I can't tell you where to go, but right here is not good. Okay? Is that where you paroled to? Where does your sister live? Are you actually living where you're paroled to, or are you just saying you're staying there?
I live where I'm paroled to.
Okay, so you sleep there every night? So when I come to your house in a few hours and do a parole check, you're going to be in your house on Michigan? Oh, okay. What about tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to it because I'm gonna check. I'm gonna verify where you live, and if I can't make contact with you there, I'm gonna report you as being non-compliant. All right? Okay, see you later. The great thing about parole is he would have never behaved like that had he not been in parole. He would not have been compliant. But they kind of lose their rights. They chose freedom over prison, and so, you know, if their parole agent, you know, comes out here and they want to search their house, they can search their house, but very few live where they say they are. You know, they stay wherever, so. But he didn't have anything on him illegal, and I, without reviewing videotape, don't have him on the property, but he doesn't have any business being here because he's probably has something to do with dealing dope, whether he's sending signals or whatever he's doing.
When Shooting Gallery continues, Officer Sara Ahrens goes undercover in a prostitution sting in our ride-along in one of America's toughest cities with one of our favorite people. Stay with us.